Hey, good morning, y'all. Usually I don't jump on live, but I just wanted to hopefully encourage someone as the Lord encouraged me this morning. So, Psalms 46, verses 1 and 2, it says, God is our refuge and our strength. He's an ever present help in trouble. And verse 2 goes on to say, therefore we will not fear, even though the earth gives way, even though mountains may fall into the sea. But I wanted to really focus on an ever-present help, right? And so that means that even though troubles arise, that means troubles that we haven't even found ourselves in, that God will be there in that moment, that God will be there with us to help us and to strengthen us. And I love verse 2 because it says we will not fear, right? It doesn't say we shouldn't fear. It doesn't say, well, I don't think you should think about it. It says we will not. That's a definitive statement. That means you don't do it. And if God is our refuge and our strength, what reason do we have to be afraid, right? And there's so much going on in the world, right? The coronavirus, every time we turn on the TV, we see it. Every time we try to turn on the radio or look at something, everyone's talking about it. And we're getting nervous, we're getting fearful. There are a lot of people who are working and employers are laying people off. And, there's so much to be afraid of. But the Bible tells us we will not fear. What reason is there to be afraid of if God is our refuge and our strength? Let me tell you something. I'm blessed to be 29 years old. And do you know that the obstacles I'm dealing with today, God knew 29 years ago that I was going to have them? He knew 29 years ago that today was going to be the day that it was. And I say the same thing to you. God knew before he brought you to this earth the problems you were going to have, the situations that were going to arise. He knew what was going to be going on before you did. So if he knew what was going on before we did, doesn't that mean he already has an answer? Doesn't that mean he's already solved the problem? Doesn't that mean he's already taken care of what we're worried about? I don't know about you, but that's comforting to me to know that I serve a God who's already answered my problems. Even if the answer has not shown up yet, even if the problem has not been solved yet, he's already got an answer. And so I love falling back on Psalms 46 because it says we will not fear. It's a commandment. It's a decree to say we should not do it. And it just makes me think about interacting with little kids, and I have friends who are parents and watching them with their little ones, and they tell them don't touch it, and the kid just stops what they're doing, and they look back and they may think about doing it, but then they listen to their parent and they know their parent is telling them what's best. And so I say to you, God knows what's best for us, and he's telling us don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what's in front of you. Don't get caught up in the natural. Don't get caught up in the physical. Trust me that God hears your cries. He hears your prayers. He sees your cries. He knows what's going on in our lives, and he's going to answer it. Understand that he's your refuge. Understand that he's your strength. Understand that there is no reason to be afraid of a person, of a virus, of a thing, of a job, of an employer, of anything. There's no reason to be afraid because the God that we serve sees all, hears all. He's the beginning. He's the end. He's a sustainer. He's a way maker. He's a provider. So I hope that you take that with you through your day. I'm spitting all over the place. I hope you take that with you through your day as you're going through whatever situation you're in. I don't need to know. Nobody needs to know because the great I am knows what the situation is. And I promise you that he has an answer. I promise you that he has the solution. Just continue to hold on to his hand. Continue to trust in him. Continue to seek him. And right at that last moment when you think you don't have anything else to give, when you think, God, I cannot take it another day, when you think, God, if you don't do something about this today, I promise you I'm going to show my tail. Once you're at that moment, I promise God's going to show up in the perfect way. He's going to answer your problem. He's going to give you what you need. He's going to give you that strength. He's going to give you that extra boost to get through your situation a little bit longer. So continue to hold on to his hand. Understand that he's got you. If nobody else got you, God has you. He's the ultimate all state, right? We're in good hands when we're with him. So I hope this encouraged you like the Lord encouraged me this morning. God bless you. I love you all. Sora, Edie, I saw you jump on. I love you. Jamisha, Ariana, Paige, Andrew, everybody that jumped on, I appreciate it. God bless you all, everyone listening. I love you. Keep me in your prayers, and I'll keep you in your prayers. Y'all have an awesome, awesome Wednesday.